Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Students, now we will see illustration first sum, which is there in page number 157. Okay, so let me read this for you. See, the picture is not clear. At least I want you all to open your textbook and see for this. Okay, Dinakar Limited has an authorized capital of rupees 50 lakhs divided into equity share of rupees 100 each. Okay, so the face value is 100. So 50 lakhs divided by 100, when you do, you get to know that the equity share which is authorized is 50,000. Okay, so 50,000 equity share is authorized. The company invited application for 40,000 shares. Okay, so how much does the company invite? What is the issued equity share? It is 40,000. Okay, and application for 36,000 were received. So the subscribed or application which is received or subscribed share is 36,000 shares. Okay, 36,000. All calls were made and duly received except for 500 shares on which the final call of rupees 20 was not received. So all call were made except for 500 shares. Okay, so 500 shares calls were not made, on which on which this 20 rupees were not received on this 500 shares. The company forfeited 200 shares on which the final call was not received. So the company is cancelling, or it is forfeiting 200 shares on which the final call was not received. Okay, now you have to show share capital, how it is going to appear in the balance sheet of the company, and also you have to prepare the notes to accounts for the same. Okay, so you all know that here what does it come? So you will have to prepare the balance sheet. So on the balance sheet, okay, liability side, you have to write equity and liability. Okay, so this is the first thing which comes. So under equity and liability, you have shareholders fund. So under shareholders fund, first thing is share capital. Correct. Okay, here you have to make all the calculation and write how much is the share capital. Okay, so that you have to first prepare the note for accounts. Okay, so first we will write note for account. Okay, particulars, amount and amount, 2 columns for amount. Okay, for all the adjustment you can do in the first column and then you can put it in the outside column. So share capital. So under share capital, first is authorized capital. So how much is the authorized capital? It is told very clearly that 50 lakhs. Okay, so 50 lakhs is the amount. So how much is the shares which is authorized? It is 50 lakhs divided by 100, you get 50,000 equity share. So authorized capital is 50,000 equity share of rupees 100 each. Okay, so it is 50 lakhs. This you have to put on the outside column. Next is issued capital. So how much is the issued capital according to the sum? It is 40,000. So 40,000 equity share of rupees 100 each. Okay, so issued capital is 40,000 into 100. So you get 40 lakhs. This you have to put in the outside column. So you don't have to add or something. You just have to enter. Just have to show that how much is the amount. Okay. And then is subscribed capital. So subscribed and fully paid up capital you have to take. So according to the sum, the subscribed capital is only 35,500 because it is told that all the calls were made and duly received except for 500 shares on which the final call of rupees 20 was not received. Okay, so how much is the subscribed and fully paid up capital? It is 35,500. It is not because see, the application received was 36,000 shares. Okay, and the company has see, all the calls were made and duly received except for 500 shares on which the final call of rupees 20 was not received. Okay, so 36,000 minus 500, it is 35,500 equity share of rupees 100 each fully paid up. Okay, so how much do you get when you do that? You get 35 lakhs 50,000. Put that in the outside column. Okay, and now subscribed but not fully paid up capital. How much is the subscribed and not fully paid up capital? That is 300 equity share. Correct, because it is told that on 200 shares 20 rupees is not received. Okay, so 300 shares, on 300 shares 300 equity shares of rupees 100 each fully called up. Okay, that is 30,000. Now there is call in arrears because it is told that on 300 shares 20 rupees is not received. Okay, so this is the call in arrears. 300 into 20, you get 6,000. So from this 30,000, that is 300 into 100, subtract but not fully paid up, it is 30,000. From this, call in arrears should be deducted. Okay, this calculation you know because we have done company account, correct? Okay, so 30,000 minus 6,000, you get 24,000. Okay, to this you have to add back share forfeited. So how much is the share forfeited? 200 shares were forfeited, and 20 rupees was not received on this 200 shares, correct? So how much is received, that amount has to be added back. So 80 rupees is received. So 200 into 80, you get 16,000. So this has to be added back. Then you have to put this on the outside column. Okay, you get 40,000. This 40,000 should be added to this subscribed capital. Okay, so you get 35 lakhs 90,000. So this is the share capital amount, okay, which you can put it in the balance sheet. So you can see here. Okay, so all the calculation you will be doing in note to accounts, and in the balance sheet you will be just showing the amount. Okay, this is how it is done. Okay, next we will move on to the next sum, illustration second sum. So you all know what is current and non-current assets and what is current and non-current liabilities, isn't it? So current assets are those assets which can be converted into cash within 1 year. Okay, it is cash and cash equivalent. Okay, this can be converted into cash into 1 year, within 1 year. Sorry. See, items such as stock, debtors, bills receivable, all this. Okay, and what is current and non-current liabilities? Same thing. The company has to pay or make the payment within 1 year. For example, for creditor, the company has to make payment within 1 year. Okay, so all this is current liabilities. So we will just see illustration second sum. It is there in textbook page number 158. Illustration 2. Show the following items in the balance sheet of Amba Limited as on March 31st, 2013. Okay, they have given you information. 8% debentures. 8% debentures, 10 lakh. Okay, so where does this debenture come? It comes in the liability side under long-term borrowing. So where does this long-term borrowing comes? It comes after reserve and surplus, correct? See, first on the liability side you will be writing equity and liabilities. Under that you write shareholders fund. Under shareholders fund you have share capital, reserve and surplus, correct? And then you have the second main heading is non-current liability. So under non-current liability you have to write this debentures. Okay, so non-current liabilities. So under non-current liabilities you have long-term borrowings. So under long-term borrowings this debenture comes. Next is equity share capital. So this comes under shareholders fund under share capital. Okay, next is securities premium. So where does the securities premium come? It comes in the reserve and surplus, under reserve and surplus on the liability side, correct? Okay, next you have preliminary expenses. How much is the preliminary expenses? 40,000. So these preliminary expenses are to be written off completely in the year in which such expenses is incurred. Okay, and this should be written off from securities premium. So this preliminary expenses should be deducted from securities premium and the balance sheet if there is any. Okay, and later if you still have the amount, this amount will be deducted from profit and loss account. Okay, keep this in mind. So this preliminary expenses will be written off completely in the year in which such expenses are incurred. Okay, next you have statement of profit and loss, the credit balance. Okay, that is 1,50,000. Okay, so where do you write this? This also comes, since this is the credit balance, this comes under reserve and surplus. Okay, And next is discount on issue of 8% debentures. Amount to be withdrawn in, amount to be written in next 4 year approx. Okay, so this discount on issue of debentures. Okay, so this discount on issue of 8% debenture is the non-current asset. Okay, and they're telling you it should be written off in next 4 years approximate. So 3/4 of this of 40,000, the amount is 40,000, should be written off for this year. Okay, that is 30,000, and the same thing will be again under current asset. You have to write 1/4 of this. Okay, that is 10,000. Okay, next you have loose tools. What do you mean by loose tools? See, it comes under inventory. Loose tools. Okay, it comes under inventory, and okay, see here, all that what I have explained is written here. So you have you don't have to calculate anything in share capital, because they have not given you anything like issued capital, authorized capital, all that they have not told you. They just told you how much is the equity share capital. So directly that amount has to be written. Okay, and then you have to make adjustment with regards to reserve and surplus. Okay, so how much is the reserve and surplus according to the sum? Okay, so under reserve and surplus you have securities premium, correct? So how much is the securities premium? It is 20,000. Okay, so that adjustment you need to do. So reserve and surplus, under that you have securities premium 20,000. Then I've told you from this you have to deduct preliminary expenses. So how much is the preliminary expenses? It is 40,000. So from 20,000 you have to deduct 40,000. Okay, you still have minus 20,000. Okay, and then I've told you the amount whatever is there has to be deducted from the statement of profit and loss. So how much is the statement of profit and loss here? 1,50,000. From 1,50,000 deduct that amount, you get 1,30,000, and this comes in the outer column, 1,30,000. So this is the amount which you have to write in the balance sheet under reserve and surplus. Okay, and next adjustment is with the long-term borrowings. So how much is the long-term borrowings? I have told you under long-term borrowings you have debentures. So 8% debentures, 10 lakhs. Okay, put this in the outer column. Okay, anything else you have? No, liability side you don't have anything else. Next you have assets. Okay, so okay, you have non-current assets. Okay, so under non-current asset, discount on issue of 8% debentures. So this is the non-current asset, the discount which is given. Okay, so I have told you 3/4 of this 40,000, it is 30,000. This is the non-current asset. Then you have inventory. How much is the inventory? This is also the this is non-current asset. Next is inventory is also inventory is the current asset. Then we will write what are the current assets. Okay, inventory, loose tools, it is 20,000. You're just writing it, you don't have to do any calculation, but when you write it in the balance sheet you have to write in the proper format. Okay, next is cash and cash equivalent, that is current asset. You have bank balance 60,000 and cash in hand 38,000. So together it is 98,000. So under cash and cash equivalent you have 98,000. Okay. Next is other current assets. So other current asset is the discount on issue of 8% debentures, 1/4 of it. It is 10,000. 40,000 into 1/4 is 10,000. Okay, now we will write this in the balance sheet. Okay, so first part, equity and liabilities. Under that, shareholders fund, note number. See, you have to see here the note. According to the note, you have to give the number here. Okay, you can see here. Okay, note number 1, 50 lakhs. Next is, okay, see, this comes under shareholders fund. So under shareholders fund you have share capital. Next is reserve and surplus. Okay, so how much is the reserve and surplus here? 1,30,000. So 1,30,000. Next is non-current liabilities. See here, non-current liabilities. Okay, under non-current liabilities you have long-term borrowings. So long term borrowings is 10 lakh. Okay, next you have assets. So under assets first comes non current asset. So how much is the non current asset here? According to the note 3, it is 30,000. Okay, next is current asset. Under current assets you have inventory, then cash and cash equivalent, and other current assets. Okay, how much is the inventory? It is 20,000. Cash and cash equivalent is 98,000. Other current asset is 10,000. Okay, you don't have to add or do something, you just have to make the entries. That's it. Okay, so now we will see illustration third sum. Okay, you all know what is share capital, share application money. Share application money so what is share application money? Share application money not exceeding the issued capital and to the extent non-refundable shall be classified as non-current. Okay, so it is shown on the face of balance sheet has share application money pending allotment. Okay, so what did I say? Share application money not exceeding the issued capital and to the extent non-refundable shall be classified as non-current. Okay, so this is shown on the balance sheet has share application money pending allotment. Okay, next, what is borrowing? The total borrowings are classified into long-term borrowings, short-term borrowings, and current maturities to long-term debts. Okay, all this is done when I told you about the format. Okay, and you all know what is trade payable. What is trade payable? That is sundry creditors. Okay, so sundry creditors has been replaced with the term trade payable and are classified as current and non-current. Okay, so trade payable to be settled beyond 12 months from the date of balance sheet or beyond the operating cycles are classified under other long-term liabilities. Okay, next, what is a provision? The amount of provision settled within 12 months from the balance sheet date or within operating cycle a period from the date of its recognition is classified as short-term provision, and it is shown under current liabilities on the face of balance sheet. Okay, and other, if there is any, it comes under non-current liabilities on the face of balance sheet. Okay, so now we will see this illustration third sum. Show the following items in the balance sheet of Sunfield Limited as at March 31st 2013. Okay, they have told you general reserve since 31st March 2012, it is 5 lakhs. Then statement of profit and loss, debit side, it is debit side. Okay, that means there is a loss, 3 lakhs. Okay, this you have to show in the balance sheet. Okay, okay, so what information you have? You have information regarding reserve and surplus. Okay, general reserve, so this comes under reserve and surplus. Okay, and then any other information? Yeah, they are telling you statement of profit and loss, there is a loss. How much is the loss? 3 lakhs is the loss. Okay, so now we will do the note to accounts first. Okay, so when you do the note to accounts, you don't have anything else. They have given you only 2 information. They have not told you anything about the share capital and something. Okay, so you have only reserve and surplus. So take the reserve and surplus. So under reserve and surplus, you have general reserve. So how much is the general reserve? They have told you since 31st March 2012. Okay, so you are preparing a balance sheet for 2013. So you have to take it from 1st April 2012. So it is 5 lakhs. Okay, from this you have to deduct the loss. okay, the profit and loss statement, it is 3 lakhs. The loss is 3 lakhs for the year 2012-13. Because if there is a loss, that should be deducted from reserve and surplus, and if there is a profit, you can add it. Okay, so if there is a loss, this profit and loss should be deducted from reserve and surplus. So the loss is 3 lakhs. So from this 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs is deducted, you get 2 lakh. Okay. So this 2 lakh is your previous year's amount, and this year's it is 5 lakhs. Okay, previous years, that is in the year 2012, 2 lakhs is the reserve and surplus, and the year 2013 reserve and surplus is 5 lakhs. Okay, this is very simple. You just have to show last year's, previous years, and the current years. Okay, so we will come back to the sum here, to the balance sheet. Okay, so under balance sheet, equity and liability, you have shareholders fund. So under shareholders fund, share capital is not there, but you have reserve and surplus. Okay, so here you are writing you are writing 2 years also. Okay, comparative. So first year, how much is the balance in reserve and surplus? It is 2 lakh. Okay, for that only you have prepared this note. Okay, and this year it is 5 lakhs. Okay, we will see illustration fourth sum also. See the illustration fourth sum, you can see. Show the following items in the balance sheet of Avalon Limited has at March 31st, 2013. Okay, they are asking you to prepare the balance sheet of Avalon Limited has at March 31, 2013. You have to show the following items in the balance sheet. Okay, and the items are general reserve since 31st March 2012. It is in lakhs here, 5. And statement of profit and loss, debit balance. Again, there is a loss. It is 8. Okay, so same thing you have to do how you have done for the illustration third sum. So we will do the note. Okay, we will prepare the note for account. So first you can see here reserve and surplus. So how much is the general reserve amount? It is 5 lakhs, and there is a loss of 8 lakhs. Correct. So from this 5 lakhs, when you deduct loss, okay, so this loss should be deducted from statement of profit and loss, 8 lakhs. So how much is the difference? It is 3 lakhs. So 3 lakhs is still the loss. Okay, so this 3 lakhs, since it is a loss in 2013, you have to put this in the bracket. When you are putting the amount in the bracket, it shows that it is a minus figure. Okay, so you can just write 3 lakhs because you don't have any amount. Okay, this is how it is shown. Okay,